This is the Academy. In this place, some 60 days ago, 20 Nigerians began a historic journey together. A journey that we will all remember. A journey that was destined to change each of their lives forever. The Academy, brought to you by Nescafe.
Legend tells us that long, long ago in Africa, a young goat herd was spending his day with his goats. The sun was so hot that he dozed off. Suddenly, he saw his goats behaving in a way he'd never seen before. He went to a bush and picked one of the mysterious fruits. He rushed to tell everyone about his wonderful find. He had just discovered coffee. The secret was handed on from village to village, and that was how coffee cultivation started. Coffee quickly became a popular beverage to be shared. Today, Nescafe perpetuates this ancestral discovery and pays tribute to this precious heritage. Nescafe, taste the coffee side of life.
It is a story that really began when 56,000 individuals from all over Nigeria applied over the internet for participation in an acting school. A school that promised that at the end of it all, 4 of the 20 chosen students would get to play leading roles in the new Nigerian TV drama series called The Station. And so it happened. For 30 days, these 20 chosen students underwent a course of study identical to that offered by the finest acting schools in the world.
Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name which is not part of thee.
But there was more. These 20 chosen students from across Nigeria began this journey as 20 strangers. However, though they didn't know it, in addition to acting, they were to learn to function as a team. A principle important not only to acting, but also to becoming successful role models who would carry the message of a new, more effective way for their society to solve problems.
At the beginning, when everyone showed up, they were getting on the bus, they were sitting apart from each other, they were looking at each other, they were judging each other, they were questioning, what am I going to do here? Who am I going to make an alliance with? How am I going to beat this person? What's their weakness? It wasn't maybe around the middle of the first or second week, somewhere right around the time, when they started to realize that it wasn't the same kind of competition they'd seen on other reality TV shows, and that this program, this experience, the Academy, was different. We don't reward the negative, we reward the positive. We don't reward effort, we reward results. If they accomplished what they were supposed to accomplish, then that affected their points. We agreed on a time, thus you have not met it. Now, I could suggest some laps, I could suggest an extension, but I wouldn't be doing you just. What I'm going to suggest is that I will give you 15 minutes to finish your work. After that, I will consider it to be an objective missed, which is a strike against all members. You all have a certain amount of numbers or score that we are keeping on of you. You all just shared and agreed to forfeit 5 points. 2 or 3 of them asked me, what do we win? You can win 10,000 naira, 100,000 naira, and have it spent in a week. Or you can have a life-changing experience, gain a career, gain something that no one else has ever had and you never thought you were capable of doing, and change your life, the people in your family, the world around you, and affect positive social change in your community. It is a competition, and it is an ethical competition. And that means that there must be a foundation, a basis that you use to apply to all contestants equally, evenly, and with the same opportunity to win or lose. So there is a criteria that all of our scoring was based on. The criteria is simple. Were they good citizens? Did they treat other people well? Did they treat people with respect? Was there mutual respect in their dialogue, in their actions, how they dealt with each other? Was there an element of human being, or was it just purely cutthroat competition? Did they change? Did they grow? Did they learn? How did they do in the competition structures, the Dylan Thomas, the Romeo and Juliet? Did they progress as an actor? Because that's what they were there to learn. How did they do? I watched the group dynamics, and that's where I saw the most change, and I was extremely impressed at how the group dealt with problems and how they solved them together.
So the entire group of 20 people have worked on that, and now all 20 would like to continue working on it.
Yes!
Is this agreed? All hands, please?
Yes! Yes!
We had problems from personal issues that interrupted the programming to group discussions that they decided to go a different direction together. I was impressed by that, and I had to look at the group dynamics, the individual effort, the individual results and accomplishments on the human side as well as the game show competition side. Did the individual learn anything in the classes? Well, if you remember from the cold read, they didn't do so well.
Almost everybody yesterday made some errors, even with simple words.
Then there was the Dylan Thomas piece.
This line, is it because their words had no fork lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night? Or because their words had no fork, as fork no lightning day, do not go gentle into that good night? Which one of the two is correct?
It's a single line. There is no punctuation mark.
Now the Dylan Thomas piece is quite interesting because it really played upon all of the lessons and things they'd talked about, experienced, and the teachings from both the dean and myself up until that moment I issued that homework. They had to understand interpretation. They had to, well, interpret it into their group's understanding as well as their individual understanding. And on top of that, they had to produce something together. When you look at the competition, some people did brilliantly. I think that the interpretation of piece, the Dylan Thomas piece with the signage on the two bodies, with the mother Nigeria going from one to the other, avoiding 419 and fraud, and seeing that fast life, fast cars, and corruption leads you to nowhere, while good family values leads you to the future. I thought that was brilliant. The flag on the ground and the groups of people, the tribals, actually struggling and quarreling over the ownership of the land was an amazing way to interpret and project what their message was. They interpreted Dylan Thomas's poem about the death of his father and the death of society around him to mean the death of their country and how the tribes or the people were tearing it apart. That was a very powerful statement. We never said there was an eviction coming. We never said until the middle of the show, to play to their fear, that we did this stuff. We told them to get up, pack your bags. Today someone is leaving the academy. Well, this is right out of the whole concept of being voted out. We're playing into their deepest fear to keep them on the edge because it's an experience. It's in life. Disruptions occur, and how do you deal with those disruptions? How do you deal with interventions of some kind? So we would occasionally tell them that someone was going to be evicted, and then we wouldn't do it and something positive would happen. So we kept them on their toes, as my father would say, because we wanted to make sure they were working hard, and this wasn't a simple task for them.
It has been 4 weeks since the former students, now graduates of the academy, went home. And in that 4 weeks, the casting committee narrowed the field to 10 finalists. Students who, while learning their lessons well, had exhibited the character growth and the commitment that were the ideals of the Academy. The 10 shortlisted candidates are Onyinye, Chris, Harriet, Imo, Amaka, MacAnthony, Juliet, Chukwudi, Damilola, and Kamal. Other Academy graduates who also scored well and were considered to have met most of the criteria to be shortlisted were also invited for consideration for other significant roles in the series. These were Bamidele, Biodun, Asukwo, and Eunice. Each of the shortlisted Academy students has been called to the studio complex where Common Ground Productions will produce The Station. It is 9 a.m. They arrive. 4 weeks have passed since they have seen one another. As they catch up on the news of their families and friends, the casting team begins to call for them, one by one.
You got the script and stuff. Okay. And you've had a chance to read over everything, right? Okay. What do you think about that role?
On selection, each was sent a script and a character profile so that they could prepare for today's final test, a formal audition.
I had to take some time to watch some investigative films, you know, and discuss with some journalists.
So you did some research?
Yeah.
Great, good job for you. I'm proud of you. Did you do any research for your role?
Just looked up some words in the dictionary, some words I wasn't too convinced.
Did you watch TV, see how they act and stuff? Watch CNN. Okay. What character are you auditioning for? Hamid Mustafa. Okay. And who is CD?
CD is 18-year-old girl.
You have to speak up.
CD is an 18-year-old girl.
Always message things up for other people.
Three, two, and action.
Okay, that's it, guys. We're on 24 Hours News. But let's make sure we get the whole story and get it on air first. Get out there and bring the life-changing stories.
I think it's quite cool, and I see him as being capable of working an ensemble of actors. He'll be able to influence several other actors that are working with him.
You like his personality?
Yes.
Yeah, really.
And something that I really loved about him, he's very self-critical. He wants to be better than he is, and I think
that's why I liked him so much.
Listen, that's just one thing I took note of. So with that, I think we can get the best out of it. Okay. Maybe all of our Igbo people should just return to the East, where nobody can call us unwanted visitors.
That's nonsense, Azuka. Every Nigerian should feel free to live wherever they want to in this country. Look at two of us now. Whenever we work together, tribal difference is not an issue.
That one is different.
What's so different? I see you as a colleague, not as an Igbo man. How do you see me?
I see a lot of potential there for Nika.
Yeah.
But I think compared to Anthony, she needs more work with dialogue coach.
Yeah.
She tends to drop consonants.
Yeah, she has a diction issue. Yeah. Good point.
Okay. And again, acting-wise, she doesn't live the moments through. We talked about something like this when we were casting. She dies after each line.
You're a colleague. I don't see you as Yoruba. But what of other people? Most of them, the only thing that they know is, hey, he's Yoruba or Igbo or whatever. Our people have been fighting their people, therefore cut off his head. See the other person.
What I liked about him is that more than any other person I've seen, I think between his own lines, he's able to relate to the person that he's playing with.
Yeah.
And I see him more being able to work with the group going fine.
He looks timid given his size, and that suits the description of the character we're looking for. So the way he acts, if you see him, there is this timidity that I see, and that has to do with his character. There's this drive to preserve his life and all that. He is somebody who does not want to dare.
I learned that the youth group that started after the ethnic clash in Ita community will officially open their youth center. And I thought it would be nice, good idea, if I covered it.
I think she's okay. And I think she fits. She'll be able to switch to the cultural background we want. It's supposed to come from, I think, Cross River or Akwa Ibom. I think she will pass.
How about her diction?
I think I'm satisfied with her.
Okay, okay.
A good diction, a face that doesn't say any tribe, so she can go in anywhere, and she's directable.
Yeah, she's directable. Acha?
Yeah, she listens.
Yeah?
She's good.
In Lagos, temperature will rise to 35 degrees Celsius. Hot. Hope we don't get mango madness today.
I don't know if you're...
I don't think she goes. She looks too much like a baby.
Diction issues, serious diction issues, and the acting is not really convincing.
Okay, I don't know if it's a matter of fear, tension, lack of preparation, lack of taking it seriously, but unless she does better in the groups, I can't say she'll survive and give us the character that we need.
I say, I'm standing right outside the conference building at the National University of Nigeria. This is where, as we've been told, the Minister for Education and some reporters are being kept.
I think he fits it. He has a lot of things as a person that tallies with that of the character, and he has a voice, which I think is a good thing, and addiction. And I think as a person, he's very ambitious too. And so.
I haven't seen anybody look more like Johnny in a very long time. And his acting, though, apart from the reporting part, got a little theatrical to me at times. Yeah, especially when he wasn't speaking and acting with his body. But I think we can work on that and bring it down.
Daniel, just see the shot with the rugged building in the background. Just look, the hit with the balls and everything. See how excellent.
Yeah, I like his height, his size. For the kind of person, the description we have about Emeka, it is very, very typical of that size. And then he has very good facial expression, the way I see it.
I think he has the energy level which will be needed. All we need to do is help him realize it so that he becomes very conscious of it.
Look, I have told this letter is confidential. And my instructions are not to give it to anyone. Not a receptionist, not security, not secretaries, and not news anchors. Only Mrs. Aisha Abdullahi, the managing director of Action News. So I can't, and I won't give this letter to you.
Obviously, she's not true. Obviously, she has a different experience entirely from that character. And I think she has not really understood the character itself.
I didn't really see that sassy, adventurous nature of Salamatu CD here. But I think that she could be directed towards that.
Okay.
It might take a little time, but I think it can be done.
Do you think she has the basic skills as an actress to do the job?
Oh yes, I do.
Cheeky, eh? Too bad, because you've run into the king of chicken. Give me that, you.
All that you have on TV is not good.
Almost there, but I think so far she needs the most work. She needs much work.
Yeah.
Like you said in your home video acting thing, she needs to be toned down a lot more. She needs to be focused on specifically for that.
Yes, I think it's more work, but then the enthusiasm is there, and that's a key thing, which means she's still willing to learn. And I think she has a look of the essay that we've really been looking for, but a lot of work has to be done on her.
Ajala Jacob is known to be a very angry guy. Over the years, he's been involved in a number of protests, and his campaigns have always been violent.
I think his nature as a person goes against him for this role. He has this simple, mellow, almost apologetic kind of look that is just not Mustafa.
Yes, it's just too subdued for Mustafa.
Too subdued?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then again, I've spoken to this guy on the phone, I'm quite surprised at what I'm saying now. I thought he had more force.
If all agenda has been treated, we can round off. I want to ask a question though. This weather report joke thing. Really, it's not me. Or is anyone else not finding that funny?
My grandmother cracks better jokes.
Daniel, is your grandmother still alive?
Papa, 105 and still kicking.
So we have two options. We scrap the jokes from the weather reports, or
we hire my grandmother.
Alright. I'll work on it.
you have 3 days to convince us. And finally, an invitation for a press interview. It's from a new young Nigerian designer, calls himself Wando. It's in a few days. Let me see, who will go for us?
I will.
Well, since you feel strongly about it.
Our approach here, acting very, very large. I think that is what academy has really removed from most of these people.
Okay, what do you think?
Can I come register at the academy? I think whatever you guys taught them there, they really learned well.
I think a lot of potential is there.
Yeah?
One thing is obvious here, that the academy, their stay in the academy has created a lot of confidence and rapport amongst them. And I think it's coming out, and that's what we really need in the station, as colleagues working together. I think that's one major thing going for the graduates of the academy.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be great for the program.
Now, recharge to take your dreams even higher.
My dreams.
Yes, if you dream it, you can do it with Nestle Milo. Nestle Milo. Now, recharge with more energy-releasing B vitamins for extra nourishment, healthy growth, and mental well-being.
Dream it, I can do it.
Nestle Milo, the food drink of future champion.
As promised, 4 of the leading roles were filled, and these are the final 4. Mac Anthony, Onyenye, Chukwudi, and Kamal. In addition, other Academy students were awarded supporting roles, Imo and Harriet. In addition, Bamidele, Biodun, and Asukwo will all be seen in featured roles in various episodes of the station. They were chosen, they were challenged, and they changed. And so, as this chapter in the lives of these, the graduates of the Academy, passes, a new chapter begins. Watch them as they continue to grow as actors and actresses and as citizens who will lead their nation to a new opportunity for all on The Station.
I'd like to say to all of those people who signed up all over Nigeria, all 56,000 plus of you who went to internet cafes and sent in your details, and all of the 20 people, the cast and crew related to the Academy, the drivers, the hotels, the venues, the beach, and all Nigerians, that we thank you for your support, we thank you for your help, the effort, and the final results. Specifically to the 20 people that graduated from the Academy, I say to you, I'm proud of you, I'm impressed by you, and you are the future of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
The Academy, brought to you by Nescafe.